Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another lecture. I'm Gnaneshwari, DL in Commerce, TTWRDC Devarakonda. Okay, so now we are going to discuss about what is trade, its types in this session. Okay, right. Let's get into our lecture now. Yeah. See, you can see an image here. So what did you observe here? See, here one vendor is there and these are the buyers. Okay, she's a seller. So what she's doing, she sold some goods to her. For that, she is paying money. Okay, see, here the transaction between a buyer and seller, or we can say an activity between a buyer and a seller, is called trade. Got it? What is trade? Trade is a business activity. It includes sale and purchase of the goods and services. Understood? So it means it is buying and selling. In simple terms, we can say trade is a buying and selling activity. Okay. So now let's see what are the types of trade. Okay, there are basic classification of trade, that is, trade is classified into two types. One is internal trade, another thing is external trade. What are they? One is internal trade, another thing is external trade. So what is internal trade? Internal trade means, we know that trade means exchanging goods and services, right? Buying and selling, exchanging goods and services. So here internal trade means exchanging goods and services within the country. It means buying and selling of goods and services within the country is called internal trade. It is also known as home trade. For example, India. Okay, so buying and selling taking place in India, that is called home trade. Example, we can say Mr. A sold 100 laptops to B of Bangalore. See here, A is selling laptops from Hyderabad. So from Hyderabad he is selling to Bangalore. So Hyderabad is Telangana district, so Telangana state, and Bangalore is Karnataka state. So it is exchanging goods and services within the country. That means between the states within a country. That is called home trade. Okay. The home trade is classified into two types. One is wholesale trade, another thing is retail trade. Okay. So we'll see what is external trade. External trade is exchanging goods and services between the countries. Between the country in the sense one country to another country. Example, India is selling goods to China. India sells goods to China. So it means two countries. India is one country, China is another country. So what it is doing, India is selling goods to another country. It may be selling or buying one country to another country. It is called external trade. Okay, it is also known as foreign trade and international trade. So what is external trade? External trade means exchanging goods and services between the country, whereas internal trade within the country between the states. What is external trade? External trade means exchanging goods and services between the countries, one country to another country. Okay, so external trade is also classified into three types. One is import, export, the another thing is entry port. Import, export and entry port. Okay, see, in detail we'll understand what is internal trade and its types. As we understood that internal trade means trade between, that means buying and selling between the states in a country, within a country. So like Kashmir to Kanyakumari, like Mumbai to Calcutta, right? Okay, so we understood that trade is divided into two types. One is wholesale trade, another thing is retail trade. What is wholesale trade? See here, wholesale trade in the sense, generally the producers manufacture the goods and then he transfers the goods to the wholesaler, right? So from the wholesaler, the goods will be transferred to retailer. Then from retailer to consumer, the goods will be transferred. So what the consumer will do? The consumer will finally consume the goods. Whereas the manufacturer, it means producer manufactures the goods. He supply the goods to wholesaler and the wholesaler will supply the goods to retailer and the retailer finally send that goods to the final consumption to the consumer. Okay, so here the two steps, it is something like a bridge. Okay, so the good has to reach from the production place to the consumption place. So here the what is bridge here? From manufacturer to consumer, wholesaler and retailer. So they act as a connection between the manufacturer to consumer. So in internal trade, we will see this wholesaler and retailer. So what does this wholesaler will do? The wholesaler will buy goods from manufacturer in bulk quantities. In bulk quantities means in larger quantity, the wholesaler will purchase goods from the manufacturer. Okay, he will buy goods from the manufacturer in larger quantity and sells that goods to a retailer. Okay, so he acts as a connection between the manufacturer to retailer. So what is his duty? His duty means he has to purchase the goods from the manufacturer and he has to sell to the retailer. So this is one type in internal trade. Okay, and next is a retail trade. Retailer. So what is this retailer? Retailer is a connection between the wholesaler and the final consumer. So retailer purchase goods from the wholesaler. It may be the goods and services. He will purchase the goods from the wholesaler. Then he'll sell that goods to consumer. Okay. The retailer is the connection between the wholesaler and the consumer. So these two parties, that means wholesale trade and the retailer, will act as a connection between the manufacturer and consumer. They plays a vital role in supplying the goods from the production place to the consumption place. Okay. Right. So what is wholesale trade? We understood that buying goods in larger quantity from producers and selling them to retailer. All right. Next, what is retail trade? Buying goods from the wholesaler, then selling them to consumer. Okay. Next, we'll see the external trade types. Okay. So we understood that external trade means exchanging goods and services from one country to another country. Okay. So they are classified. External trade is classified into three types. One is import, another one is export, then another thing is entrepot trade. So we'll understand what is import trade. Import trade. So import trade in the sense buying goods and services from another country. Say example, India, right? So we purchase, it means India purchases goods from other countries, that is import. For example, it may be China, it may be Bangladesh, it may be Pakistan, whatever. So our country, India, purchases goods from other countries, that is import. Buying goods and services from other countries is called import trade. Okay. Second thing is export trade. What is export? Export means selling goods and services to another country. Here, import means purchasing. Export means selling to another country. So as we said now, we'll purchase good. As I said now, India will purchase goods and services from different countries. The same way, India supplies. It means India sells goods to different countries. Okay, so it may be China, Australia, Africa, whatever it is. So if one country sells goods to another country, that is called export trade. Okay, understood? And we'll move to the next thing. What is the next thing? End report. End report trade. What is end report? End report means it is a mixture of import and export. Okay, so what is this end report trade means? See, end report trade in the sense buying goods and services from other country for the purpose of selling to another country. Buying goods and services from one country only for the purpose of selling to another country. That is end report trade. It means we'll purchase goods and we'll sell that goods to another country. That is called end report trade. That is called end report trade. For example, we'll purchase goods from Bangladesh, then we'll supply that goods to China. Okay, so it means import. Will import goods for the purpose of export. Will import goods for the purpose of export. That is end report trade. Okay, so what we have learned today? We have learned what is trade, what is trade, what are its types. We have learned. Okay, so this is very, very simple topic. Remember, understand. We'll learn aids to trade in another class. What are the aids? What are the helping aids in our trade? That we will learn in the next class. Okay, so thank you all.